Hi, boys and girls. So today in math for Unit 6, Lesson 6, we're going to do the first page today. We're going to be using distributive property to be able to find the area of some rectangles. So remember, that is where you're breaking apart a number or decomposing it into friendlier numbers. So if we think about just the number 10, and we think about some ways we can decompose that, we can break 10 into friendly parts. So remember how we talked about how you could break it into 8 and 2, but 8's not really a friendly number to multiply by. So, but 8 and 2 would work, but 8's not a very friendly number. So we also talked about 9 and 1, but then you're back to not having a friendly number with 9, and anything times 1's the other number, so you're not really doing much there. 7 and 3 would work. They add up to 10, but 7's not a real friendly number. So think about what you could do to make it friendlier. So if we're thinking about 10, 5 and 5 would be friendly. 6 and 4 might be friendly. 6s are not that bad. And it's a lot friendlier than the 8 or the 7. Okay, so I just kind of wanted to refresh your memory about when we are using distributive property and we're breaking things apart. We want to try to break them apart into friendly numbers that we're going to be able to know the multiples for. Okay, so on this one, there's two different drawings here. They want you to show two ways to find the area of the rectangle that is 10 units long by 6 units wide. So this is 6 right here. So already 6 is not a very friendly number. And then we have 10 up here. This whole thing is 10, but we're breaking it into two smaller pieces. So if I had this, I would probably break the 10 into 5 and 5. That would be friendly. 5 plus 5 is 10, and that's friendlier. So now in here I have 6 groups of 5, right? And then over here I have 6 groups of 5. So if we're trying to find area, right? We're trying to find area. I have a 6 groups of 5 and a 6 groups of 5. So that would be 30 square units and 30 square units right here, which would be 60 square units. They didn't actually ask us to find the area though, they just said to write some equations. So if I were going to do this, I would say that I did 6 groups of 5 plus another 6 groups of 5, okay? And that altogether equals 6 groups of 10, because this is 10, okay? So if I were to break 10 apart into two other friendly numbers other than 5 and 5, I'm thinking the friendliest would be 6 and 4. So I'm going to put 4 here and 6 here. So in here I have 6 groups of 4, and over here is 6 groups of 6. And together that will be 6 groups of 10. So 6 groups of 4 plus my 6 groups of 6, that really equals 6 groups of 10. Remember, there's different symbols we can use for multiplication. All right, hopefully you kind of get that. Now, suppose the rectangle is 10 feet long and 6 feet wide. What is the area? Yes. So obviously, boys and girls, you should be able to do 6 times 10. That's 60. So 6 groups of 10 is 60, and it's going to be, these are feet. So there's our unit of measure. So it'll be square feet. So if we broke this down into the squares, there would be 60 little tiny squares in there. Okay, suppose that it's 10 meters long and 6 meters wide. So basically that's kind of like commutative property, right? Instead of being, oh no, I take it back. I'm thinking of something. I'm thinking they switched this to feet long to 6 feet long, but they didn't. They're doing meters now. Sorry, boys and girls. I got confused. Doesn't take much. All right, 10 meters long and 6 meters wide. So think about that. It's not going to be feet anymore. It's going to be meters. That's the only thing that would change. So 6 group of 10 is 60 square meters. And remember how we write meters? Remember how to abbreviate that? If you don't, that's okay. You can write it all the way out. All right, now down here, they want you to use drawings. So you're going to actually have to do some drawings of your own and write some equations to show 2 different ways to find the area of a rectangle that's 9 yards long and 5 yards wide. Okay, so 9 is probably the number you're going to decompose, and you're going to break that into friendly parts. So we're just going to draw our rectangles. They don't have to be perfect. This is going to be 5, what are we talking about, yards? Yes, yards. 5 yards, YD for yards. And then we need to break 9 into friendly numbers. And 8 is not a friendly number. 7's not very friendly either. So what numbers add to 9 that are friendly? I'm going to kind of write over here. 5 and 4 add to 9, and that's friendly. 6 and 3 also add to 9, and that's pretty friendly. 7 is not a real friendly number. 8's not a real friendly number. Not as easy as these numbers. So I think these are the numbers that I'm going to use to break these apart. So I'm going to make that a 3 here, and I'll make that a 6. I'll make this a 5 and this a 4. And together you can see that 5 and 4 add up to 9, 3 and 6 add up to 9. So right here I have 5 groups of 5, and here I have 5 groups of 4. This is still 5 yards long right here. So 5 groups of 5 plus 5 groups of 4. Okay, so that's 25 plus 20, and that will get me my area. 45 square, what are we talking about? Yards. Square yards. Okay, on this one, this is 5 groups of 3 here, and then this is going to be 5. This still measures 5 groups of 6. So to write out the equation, it would look like this. This is 15. This is 30. 15 and 30, still going to be 45 square. And we're talking about yards. There we go. So that's how you do that. So it's like break apart, decomposing, but the real name for it is distributive property. All right. And that just is breaking it into friendlier things. This, we don't really need to break these apart, but there will come a point in time where you're going to have numbers like 4 times, I don't know, 4 times, let's see, something unfriendly, 123. That's hard. So you're going to have to learn how to decompose. And in 4th grade, you're going to have big numbers like that. So you're going to have to figure out how to decompose to be able to figure that out. All right, so here we have, they want us to write the equation for each rectangle. Now, they didn't say that we had to solve it. They just want us to write the equation. Think about what 3 and 5 is. That's 8 altogether, right? 2 and 4 is 6. 3 and 6 is 9. I'm just putting these over here. 4 and 4 is 8. So they decomposed 8 into 3 and 5. So here we have 4 groups of 3, and this is 4 groups of 5. So to write our equation for that, it would be 4 groups of 3, and then we would add in the 4 groups of 5. And altogether, that's 4 groups of 3 and 5 is 8. Okay, that's how you do your equations. I highly recommend actually writing inside the rectangles like I'm showing you how to do. And this is 3 groups of 6, 4 groups of 4, 4 groups of 4. This makes it easier for you. I'm not going to do all of these. I think I'll let you do these and I'll do this one down here with you. And altogether it's 4 groups of, and you're going to add this and this, 4 groups of 8. All right, they want you to draw a rectangle for each equation. Now, I'm going to show you, let's see. I'm going to look at my first number. It's 3. So this is, and they don't tell me if it's feet, they don't tell me if it's units, they tell me nothing. So I'm not going to worry about labeling anything other than just putting a 3 here. So up at the top, I can see it's 8 long altogether. It's 8 long. But they're breaking that 8 up into 3 and 5. So 3 would be more like down here, right? 5 would have to be longer, and 5. So that's what they're wanting you to do here. Okay? Kind of like above, but they took away the picture and they're leaving you with the equation to figure out how to draw your rectangle. I'll do one more and then I'm going to have you make sure you do the other ones independently. So I'm going to look at my first part. It's 5. And then altogether it's going to be 9. Let's see how they broke the 9 apart. How did they break that apart? Into a 3 and a 6. A 3 and a 6. So that's all you have to do for this part, is to draw the rectangle and label the dimensions, okay? I should probably put a plus sign here because you are going to add them and they will end up equaling the final number. All right, boys and girls, that was it for today. Bye.